But don't look for a purpose, because if you look for a purpose, you're seeking madness. If you find one, you are sure mad. If you think you found a purpose in life, you for sure gone crazy. Because only the insane people have purpose. Purpose of life is to live, and to live totally. To live totally does not mean party every night. To live totally means, before you fall dead, every aspect of life has been explored, nothing has been left unexplored. Yes? Before you fall dead, even if you do not explore the cosmos, at least this piece of life you must know it in its entirety. That much you must do to yourself, isn't it? That's living totally. That you experience the whole of this, all dimensions of what this is. You did not leave anything untouched.
The first way to get focus is to find purpose. The way to find purpose is you must identify what it is that you have to be purposeful in. Right when you are struggling with what to do, who you are, what's your next move, you are in an identity crisis. You are struggling with just who you are. See, you have not discovered who you are. You have to discover who you are in order to move you forward. Your gift is like a tree trunk. Your gift is the trunk of a tree. On a tree, it has many branches. Now, because my gift is comedy, that's my tree trunk. That's what I was made for, the gift. Two things, your career is what you're paid for. Your calling is what you're made for. So God took this tree trunk and made a lot of branches. Comedy made me a movie, a TV star, a radio star, I can write books. But then what he made me for was to motivate people, to change people's lives by sending me through a process that was so hard for me to overcome. When somebody like you stands up and asks me a question, I know the answer without even thinking, because I've been processed.
And when you don't do what makes your heart sing, when you don't follow your heart's desire, you always feel that something is missing. And many people write to me and go, hey, I saw you speaking on YouTube about following your heart's desire, but I don't even know how to get started with that because I don't know what my heart's desire is. So how do you know what you are meant to do? Well, here's a clue. What you are meant to do lies directly behind and is connected to what you love to do between the age of 7 and 14. What you love to do as a child is a real key to where your special skills and talents are. So Jo Malone was always making little potions out of rose petals when she was a kid. One of my friends who was always doing puzzles is now a strategist. I was always writing stories. Here I am now a writer. My daughter would make clothes for her little figures out of Kleenex, and here she is now with her own design range. Sometimes you have to go back and think, okay, maybe I should ask my sister, my brother, my parents, my relatives, what did I love to do? And they go, well, you were always making up little science experiments. We kind of knew that you go into that field, or you were always practicing speeches, you were always dancing. We knew what you would be. Some people say, well, you know, my parents aren't here, my sister can't remember, I can't remember. And it's okay. If you really can't remember, and you haven't got the option of asking your parents, finding your school report. You know, when I got my daughter's school report, I've kept them all. They all say the same thing. Phaedra is such a gifted artist. Phaedra is so good at expressing herself through art. I knew she'd go into the world of art and design because that was her talent. She wasn't really gifted at everything. And that's normal. You're not supposed to be good at everything. You're not supposed to be jack of all trades and master of none. You're supposed to be good at one thing. You're supposed to find your gift and be amazing at it. Some people get very confused and go, well, yeah, I really want to be an inventor, but I don't know how to invent. I really want to be a creator. I'm not creative. The richest man in England today is James Dyson. He took someone else's product, a vacuum cleaner, and made it better. He improved an existing product. He took a vacuum cleaner. His wife was always complaining that when she changed the bag, all the dust she'd hoovered up was leaking out again. And he invented a bagless vacuum cleaner. And he's made a fortune. He then invented a better hand dryer, a better fan, a better hair dryer, a better flat iron, better hair straighteners. And you see, he didn't even have to invent something. He just looked at a product and thought, I could make this better. The woman who created Spanx, who I know, who I've met, Sarah, she's amazing. She didn't invent shapewear. She just improved it massively and really cornered that entire market, and she deserves that success. So don't think, well, I've got to be an inventor, I've got to be a creator, I've got to be something amazing. Some of the smartest people looked at something and had an idea and took it way further. I love the story about a man who was broke and he had daughters. And at Christmas said, you can only have one gift. We don't really have any money, so what do you want? And the three daughters, very conflicted between a pony to play with, a toy pony, or a Barbie whose hair they could comb. They wanted a doll to dress and comb their hair, but they also wanted a toy horse. And he combined the two into My Little Pony. Just think about that. He combined a doll, Barbie, and a pony and made My Little Pony. My daughter loved My Little Pony. Had a handbag and shoes and coats and makeup. Very clever. You'll find that some of the smartest people weren't educated, didn't go to university, but came up with an idea. We don't all have to be leaders. We don't all have to be visionaries. You can come from nowhere. The guy who wrote Angela's Ashes was a school teacher all his life. When he retired, he wrote a best-selling book. Some of the best-selling authors in the world began to write in their 50s, 60s, 70s. Don't wait that long. You need to do what makes your heart sing. You need to follow your heart's desire. And to follow your heart's desire, you just have to ask yourself some questions. What makes me feel really good? What gives me energy rather than taking it away? You know, I saw clients for 30 years and I loved what I did. I still do. And one day I was giving a talk and I noticed when I got on stage, it gave me so much energy. Even though I was tired, I traveled right across the world. When I stepped on stage, I had energy. The next day I saw a client and I noticed that it was taking my energy. I thought, well, that's a sign, isn't it? Maybe I should be on stage more and see clients less. And I created my own technique and I trained people all over the world to do what I do so I could give them my clients and I could be on stage more and see clients less, only because I started to observe what gives me energy, what takes it away. And you might say, well, it's easy for you. I'm in a job I don't like. I've got bills to pay. I have no idea how to follow my heart's desire. But you can do it. You can have the life you want. 80% of success, yes, 80%, is mindset. The mindset of let me find out what I'm meant to do. When I find out what I'm meant to do, let me follow it with passion, an unshakable conviction, and absolute confidence. And if you have those things, know what you're meant to do, go after it with confidence, you can be a success at any stage in your life. It doesn't matter where you've come from. It only matters where you are going.